goes down around the back. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just be careful when you get into that dip. You'll end up going with that all. Yeah.
Right now, you may have noticed weather conditions not exactly what you call ideal. We're doing the best we can. Mother Nature out there doesn't like us. If you would please, get on your smartphone, portable device. Here comes the F-35 for fast. It's going to be loud. Although I'm hearing tomorrow and Sunday are going to be pretty good. Now what you're looking at overhead right now is a lot of broken clouds. It's my understanding they will be fixed later this afternoon. Coming around from the right, this is the F-35B Lightning II. The short takeoff and vertical landing. This aircraft does have an excellent fuel to noise ratio. Looks to me like it's an aerial hot rod. Ladies and gentlemen, slow down a little bit. Notice the contrails coming off the wind field. It's telling us it's high humidity again. Not sure we already know that. And I believe we may have a vertical landing or a hover demonstration coming up here. I am completely winging this. But, and to be honest with you, so is everybody here on the ground. Weather aloft. You can hear he's got a lot of power going right now. If you look, you can see behind the cockpit the door is open for the lift fan system there. And what that is that's a big fan being driven by the engine. And what it does is it provides half the lift needed for hovering this aircraft. Now I'm hoping we will get a demonstration of vertical lift here. I'm sure you remember the Harrier. Oh, this is the next generation. Oh, the power is up. This F-35B Bravo model. You're going to see the aircraft hovering. It looks like you tucked the wheels up. You aren't going to believe this, but according to the ground crew, the pilot on board has cleaned up the aircraft. And he's going to do some burner passes, and you're not going to believe the reason why, and that is because he's not burning off fuel fast enough. That is something I never thought I would hear from a jet pilot. I'm not burning off fuel fast enough. Well, put it in afterburner, baby, and it'll happen. Here we go, the F-35. On top of the airplane. That's the low pressure area generated when you develop lift. You actually begin to see the wing working. All that physics and stuff comes down to that little cloud of vapor that you saw on the top of the F-35. That's how you know this stuff works. Thank you, Bernoulli. Coming around, looks like the speed is up. Oh, hang on. This could be a high-speed pass. By the way,
Is that loud enough for you?
for those of you who are interested, this aircraft is capable of Mach 1.6. Now, we will not be doing supersonic here. It's illegal in the United States. Here we go. When you see the vapor coming off of the wingtips, you know that wing is working. When you see it over the fuselage and the top wing of the airplane, you know it's working hard. And on a day like today, a beautiful thing to see, although it feels kind of crummy for you and I, but the airplane generating that makes it very easy to see. Here we go. This is what we call cool stuff to do with an airplane. For those of you who are out here today, didn't go to work, lucky you. Tell you what, this airplane, to me anyway, looks like a fun ride. Now, with the clouds and everything, you can see he's got to keep it low. One thing you should know about flying through clouds, it's bumpy. Those of you who've been in commercial airliners traveling cross country, you know that as soon as you get into the clouds, things start to get a little bumpy. Well, I'm hearing from David Schultz. He's telling me that an airplane like this in the clouds will cut right through the turbulence. You won't feel a thing. I don't know. I've never been in a fast jet before, so I honestly can't tell you. But I know in a commercial airliner, you can get your brain rattled. Here we go, up high, the F-35. The lift fan is not engaged, but if the pilot wants to get a little extra lift, he can open up the door on the top, the door on the bottom, and engage the clutch and get that fan spinning, which will generate extra lift. Comes in very handy when you're doing the transition from horizontal flight to vertical flight. And the beauty of the lift fan is it's just that. It's a very powerful fan capable of generating about 20,000 pounds of thrust, which is equivalent to about half the weight of the airplane. And I just wonder if there's a clutch pedal on the floor. You can hear he's got that engine revved up, the gear down. So my guess is we're going to be looking at a landing here. And remember, any similarity between what I am describing and what is actually happening is purely coincidental. All right, I'm hearing that he's going to transition to a hover. I would say if you've got young kids, protect their hearing. This bad boy could be loud. unbelievable. It does go to prove the old theory in aviation that with enough horsepower and enough thrust, you can get a brick or a barn door to fly. It looks definitely like we are coming in for a landing here. One of the great things about this aircraft is you can park it just about anywhere with the vertical capabilities. You can take off and land darn near in the tennis court in your backyard. He's getting closer. Looks like this is going to be a landing. Unbelievable flight characteristics of the F-35B. Very interesting. Looks like it would be a hoot to fly. Of course, you'd probably need at least a year's training and scads of flight time before the Marines would let you fly this aircraft, that's for sure. You got to admit, though, it is spectacular to watch. Now, in a couple of minutes, we're going to go from large airplanes to smaller airplanes. If you can call a 1/5 scale airplanes smaller.